Hi, I'm Dr. Terry O'Connor with the Climate and Health Program. For 15 years, I've been practicing as an emergency physician and medical director. I've always had a passion for exploring the world and felt I could best honor that privilege by melding my practice with my travels. But something changed for me 5 years ago. On one hot afternoon in India, I was looking for a young man in a Kolkata slum. He was writhing in the grip of dengue somewhere within. I found him, laying in a filthy alley, shivering in a fetal pose. His sister stood above him, and sensing her fear, I thanked her for letting me into her home. There was a long pause, and her face grew darker. She sobbed through her words. Amar Barina, Amar Barina. This is not my home. This young woman and her whole village were displaced from their farming community in Bangladesh. Once a thriving plain for growing rice, their lands were now spoilt by a rising sea. As her tears flowed, the knot in my stomach grew. The physician's promise weighed heavy on my mind. I had come all that way to help, but in my flight alone, did I cause more harm than I could possibly repair in a week of care? If I wanted to be an effective steward of global health, I needed to reconcile with my own contributions to these problems. I had known better. It was now time to do better. And so that one moment was a more personal and potent catalyst than any sobering statistic about climate change. It's why I recalibrated my career, why I joined the faculty here, and why we crafted the diploma in climate medicine for you. Indeed, the next defining healthcare crisis of our times is upon us. But don't despair. As practitioners of health, you wield a unique lever for change. A global pandemic has proven that your perspective from the front lines is invaluable. Your stories alone can open eyes so that our communities, our colleagues, our patients, and our policymakers can see the toll our rapidly changing planet is taking on human health. Not far from the site of my time in Calcutta, Mother Teresa had the insight to share with us all, quote, "If I look at the mass, I will never act. If I look at the one, I will," end quote. One only need to look at her legacy to appreciate the power of her approach. One individual, one story. So share your story and take one action. Repeat relentlessly. And eventually, we may find together all our little ripples can become a tidal wave of change. Join us in learning how.